Joel 1. The word of the Lord that came from Joel, son of Petruel. Hear this, you elders, listen, all who live in the land. Has anything like this ever happened in your days, or in the days of your forefathers? Tell it to your children, and let your children tell it to your children. Tell it to their children, and their children to the next generation. What the locust swarm has left the great locusts have eaten, and what the great locusts have left the young locusts have eaten, what the young locusts have left other locusts have eaten. Wake up, you drunkards, and weep, wail all your drinkers to wine. Wail because of the new wine, for it has been snatched from your lips, a nation who has invaded my land, powerful and without number. It has the teeth of the lion and fangs of the lioness. It has laid waste my vines and ruined my fig tree. It has stripped off their bark and thrown it away, leaving their branches white. Mourn like a virgin in sackcloth, grieving for the husband of her youth. Grain offerings and drink offerings are cut off from the house of the Lord. The priests are in mourning, those who minister before the Lord. The fields are ruined, the ground is dried up, the grain is destroyed. The new wine is dried up, the oil fails, despair. Your farmers wait to your vine growers, grieve to the wheat and the barley, because the harvest of the field is destroyed. The vine is dried up, and the fig tree is withered. The pomegranate, the palm of the apple tree, all the trees of the field are dried up. Surely the joy of mankind is withered away. Put on sackcloth, O priest, and mourn. Wail, you who minister before the altar. Come, spend the night in sackcloth, you who minister before the Lord. For the grain offering and drink offerings are withheld from the house of your God. Declare a holy fast, call a scared assembly, summon the elders and all who live in the land, to the house of the Lord your God, and cry out to the Lord. Alas for that day, for the day of the Lord is near. It will come like destruction from the Almighty. Has not the food been cut off before our very eyes? Joy and gladness from the house of our God. The seeds are shivered beneath the clouds, the storehouses are in ruins. The granaries have been broken down, for the grain has dried up. How the cattle mourn, and hiss mile about, because they have no pasture. Even the flocks of sheep are suffering. To you, O Lord, I call, for fire has devoured the open pasture, and flames have burned up all the trees of my field. Even the wild animals pant for you, the streams of the water have dried up, the fire has devoured the open pasture. 2. Blow the trumpet in Zion, sound the alarm on the holy hills. Let all who live in the land tremble, for the day of the Lord is coming. It is close at hand, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and blackness, like a dawn spreading across the mountains. A large and mighty arm comes, such as never was of old, nor ever will be in ages to come. Before them fire devours, behind them a flame blaze. Before them the land is like a garden of Adam. Behind them a desert waste, nothing escaped them. They have the appearance of horses, they gallop along like harriers, like a noise like that the carrots, they leap over the mountain tops, like a cracking fire-consuming stubble, like a mighty army drawn up for battle. At the sight of them, nations are in anguish, every face turned pale, they charge like warriors, they scale walls like soldiers. They are march in a line, not swelling from their course, and they do not jostle each other. Each marches straight ahead. They plunge through darkness without breaking ranks. They rush upon the city and run along the walls. They climb into the house like thieves. They enter through the windows. Before them the earth shakes, the sky trembles, and the sun and moon are darkened, and the stars no longer shine. The Lord thunders at the head of his army. His force is beyond the number, and mighty are those who obey his command. The day of the Lord is great, it is dreadful, who can endure it? Even now, declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting and weeping and mourning. Rend your heart and not the garment, return to your Lord your God, for he is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and abandoning in love, and he relents from sending calamity, Who knows? He may turn and have pity on and leave behind the blessing, grain offerings and drink offerings from the Lord your God. Blow the trumpet in Zion, declares a holy fast. Call a scared assembly. Gather the people, consolidate the assembly, bring together the elders, gather the children, those nursing at the breast. Let the bridegroom leave his room, and the bride her chamber. Let the priests who minister before the Lord weep between the temple porch and the altar. Let them say, Spare your people, Lord, do not make your inheritance an object of scorn, a byword among the nations. Why should they say among the people, Where is their God? Then the Lord will be jealous for his hand and will take pity on his people. The Lord replied to them, I am sending your grain and new wine and oil, enough to safety and you fully. Never again will I make you an object of scorn to the nation. I will drive the northern army far away from you, pushing it into a parched and barren land, which it brings columns going into the eastern sea and into those in the rear with the western sea. And its stench will go up, its smell will rise. Surely he has done great things. Be not afraid, O land, be glad and rejoice. Surely the Lord has done great things, but be not afraid, O wild animals, for the open pasture are become green. The trees are bearing their fruit, the big tree and the vine yield their riches. Be glad, O people of Zion, rejoice in the land of the Lord of your God. Rejoice in the Lord your God. For he has given you the autumn rain in righteousness. He sends you abundant showers, both autumn and spring rains as before. The threshing floors will be filled with grain, the baths will overflow with new wine and oil. I will repay you for the years of the locusts have eaten, the great locust and the young locust, the other locust and the locust swarm. My great army that I sent among you, you will have plenty to eat until you're full, and you will praise your name at the Lord your God, who has worked wonders for you. Never again will my people be shamed. Then you will know that I am in Israel, that I am the Lord your God, and that there is no other. Never again will my people be shamed, and afterward I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prosper, your old man will dream dreams. Your young men will see visions, even on my servant, both man and woman. I will pour out my spirit in those days. I will show wonders in the heavens and on the earth, blood and fire and billows of smoke. The sun will be turned of darkness, and the moon to blood, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord, and everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. For on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there will be deliverance, as the Lord has said, among the survivors whom the Lord calls. 3. In those days and at that time, when I restore the fortunes of Judah and Jerusalem, I will gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Jephthah. There I will enter this judgment against them concerning my inheritance, my people Israel. For they scattered my people among the nations and divided up my land. They cast lots for my people and traded boys for prostitutes. They stole girls for wine, and they might drink. Now what have you against me, O Tyre and Sidon and all your regions on Philistine? Are you repaying me from something I have done? If you are paying me back, I will swiftly and speedily return on your own head what you have done. For you took my silver and my gold, and carried up my finest treasuries to your temples. You sold the people to Judah and Jerusalem to the Greeks, that you might send them far from their homeland. See, I am going to rouse them out of the place in which you sold them, and I will return on my own head what you have done. I will sell your sons and daughters to the people of Judah, and they will sell them to the Sabines, a nation far away, the Lord has spoken. Proclaim this among the nations, prepare for war. Rouse the warriors, so let all the fighting men draw near and attack. Beat your plowers into sword, and your plowing hook like spears. Let the weakling say, I am strong. Come quickly, all your nations from every side, and assemble them. Bring down your warriors, O Lord, let the nation be your rose. Let them advance into the valley of Jephthah, for there I will sit. to judge all the nations on every side. Swing the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, trample the grape, for the wine press in full, and the bed overflows. So great in their wickedness, multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The Lord and the sun and the moon will be darkened, and the stars no longer shine. The Lord will roll from Zion, and thunder from Jerusalem. The earth and the sky will tremble, but the Lord will be a refuge for his people, a stronghold for the people of Israel. Then you will know that I, the Lord your God, dwell in Zion, my holy hills. Jerusalem will be holy. Never again will foreigners invade her. In that day the mountain will drip new wine, and the hills will flow with milk. All the ravens of Judah will run with water. A fountain will flow out of the Lord's house, and will water the valley of Acacia. But Egypt will be desolated, Edom a desert waste, because of violence done to the people of Judah, in whose land they shed innocent blood. Judah will be inhabited forever, and Jerusalem to all generations, their blood guilt, which I have not pardoned. I will pardon. The Lord dwells in Zion.